Welcome to our YouTube channel Q&A. Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Her husband spends his wealth on haram things. Can she take some of it without his knowledge to save it for the children? Question and detail. I have been married for 10 years and I have 2 children. After 5 years of marriage, my husband began to reject me, but for the sake of the children I put up with it in the hope that he might come back to me. But I have found out that he is interested in other women. I gave up my job and traveled with him, and I did not tell anyone among our family. I tried to convince him to marry another wife and treat me in a manner that is pleasing to Allah, but he refused. I stayed with him for the sake of our children. Please note that he is a brilliant father and does not mistreat me, but I noticed that he spends a great deal of money on these girls. Is it permissible for me to take some of his money without his knowledge, to keep it for his children? If your husband is spending on you and on his children, then it is not permissible for you to take any of his money, because it is haram to take money except with the consent of its owner. Allah, may He be exalted, says, interpretation of the meaning, O you who believe. Eat not up your property among yourselves unjustly except it be a trade amongst you, by mutual consent. An-Nisa 4:29. And the Prophet, blessings and peace of Allah be upon him, said, verily your blood, your wealth and your honor are sacred to one another, as sacred as this day of yours in this month of yours in this land of yours. Let those who are present convey it to those who are absent. Narrated by al-Bukhari, 67, and Muslim, 1679. And he, blessings and peace of Allah be upon him, said, it is not permissible to take the wealth of a Muslim unless he gives it willingly. Narrated by Ahmad, 20172, classed as Sahih by Al-Albani in Irwa al-Ghalil, 1459. If he falls short in obligatory spending, it is permissible for you to take that from his wealth on a reasonable basis, because of the hadith of Aisha, Allah be pleased with her, according to which Hind bint Utbah said, O Messenger of Allah, Abu Sufyan is a stingy man and he does not give me what is sufficient for me and my children, except what I take from him without him knowing. He said, take what is sufficient for you and your child on a reasonable basis. Narrated by al-Bukhari, 5364. But if he is not falling short in obligatory spending, then it is not permissible for you to take anything of his wealth without his consent. So beware of taking from his wealth that which is not permissible for you, or of hiding anything of it, even if that is on the grounds of saving it for his children, because you have no authority to do that and the children have no right to their father's wealth whilst he is still alive, apart from what is needed for their maintenance, unless your husband gives you permission to save some of his money, in which case there is nothing wrong with doing so. Like our video. Subscribe our channel. Comment and share.